everybody, it's me again, and this is a video, anyway, I'm pissed, and this is fresh off my mind. I just had a debate with this user named Jamal7israel, and, he tries to defend the truth of the Bible and all this stuff, so I'm gonna give you a summary of, this debate in 3 points. Point number one, I asked him, um, is Yahweh Jehovah ethical? Does he follow his rules? I gave him the claim that Yahweh doesn't follow his rules, right? And then he comes here saying that Yahweh follows his rules, right? And I gave him an example where Yahweh is in clear violation of his own rules. For instance, thou shalt not lie, right? That was the example. And I showed him the verses that Yahweh does lie. He's saying, if a prophet is deceived, I, the Lord, deceive the prophet. And then when he says, Second Thessalonians 2:11, and they shall believe a lie, because the Lord has sent them a strong delusion. When I gave him those two verses, he said out of context. The next question was, in what context is it moral and ethical to send lying delusional spirits and to deceive people? And you know what his response was? Oh, it was for the sake of Yahweh's glory. And then I told him, I said, well, that's a fail, because if this is not based on ethics, this is based on Yahweh's glory, then Yahweh has pride and therefore is a sinner. Because having pride is sin. Okay. Point number two. He changed the subject and say, "Oh, Jesus died for everybody's sins." John 3:16. Those who believe shall not perish but have everlasting life and all this crap. And I asked him, okay. And this goes back to that other video that I made. How do you know the salvation plan works, or salvation plan works? That was that falsehood I put up. And here's how I said. I said, Jamal, how is the Bible Jesus sinless if he was born of Mary? According to the original sin, Mary was a descendant of Adam and Eve. And if Mary had Jesus, that means Jesus of the Bible was also infected with original sin. Now, how did Jesus die sinless when he was born of Mary? And he just went dancing. He couldn't even answer this question. And and then the third point was this: why should I repent to a God who doesn't follow his rules? It was basically going back to the first point. And he really couldn't answer these questions. And so he went, just like all the other Christians on YouTube and every Christian I've debated, they just go in these little tactics, name calling, appearing to fear, appearing to authority and all this stuff. Well, imaginary authority, because I don't have any reason to believe that the God of the Bible exists. He contradicts himself too badly. He breaks every rule. I mean, he says thou shalt not kill, but yet he goes and kills a ton of people and murders a ton of people and even babies. Thou shalt not steal, but his people steals for him. Thou shalt not lie, but he sends lying delusional spirits. Thou shalt not lust, but yet he lusts for power. Thou shalt not, covet, but yet he wants people to worship him. Therefore, wanting something is coveting. So there. And what else? He's basically broken every commandment that he has given to his people. So why should anybody believe? Why should you even follow this God? And he just started name calling and saying I was a fool and all this crap, saying I'm doomed, which you failed to prove that the lake of fire was not a stolen idea. You guys, no Christian has ever proven that the lake of fire was not a stolen idea. Retarded. And that's another thing. He has the Egyptian sign, the Egyptian painting on his username. And yeah. Anyway, it gets, well, okay, I get kind of frustrated when Christians just do the same thing over and over and over again. It's like you could almost read them before they speak. That's how many times I've been through these arguments before. I mean, they do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. They never stop with it in the circular logic, special pleading, because they're saying, "Oh, God's not bound by His rules." That's special pleading, and this appeal to fear and appeal to faith. Why have faith in something that lies, huh? Anyway, I'm running out of time. You know, I know I didn't show the comments about the discussion. I'm gonna do that in the next video response. Um, Comment and subscribe because I'm disable ratings because you guys don't want to debate me. Later.